Sure, here's a short story based on the concept of convergence. Title: Convergence. In the year 2145, Earth was a shadow of its former self. Climate change had ravaged the planet, melting polar ice caps, causing relentless storms, and rendering vast areas uninhabitable. Humanity was desperate, clinging to the remnants of civilization. It was during this chaotic time that a shimmering spacecraft descended from the heavens, heralding the arrival of the Zinthari, a coalition of alien civilizations. The Zinthari claimed to be peacekeepers, offering advanced technology to help save Earth. With their sleek, elongated forms and bioluminescent skin, they captivated the human populace. But beneath their benevolent facade lay a dire secret. Their own species faced extinction, and they needed to create hybrids beings that could adapt to both Earth and Zinthar. Dr. Alara Chun, a leading geneticist, was among the first to collaborate with the Zinthari. She believed in their vision of a united future, seeing the hybrids as a bridge between two worlds. With each experiment, they pushed the boundaries of genetics, intertwining human DNA with that of the Zinthari to create the convergence. As the first convergence emerged, they were marvels of science, strong, intelligent, and capable of extraordinary feats. However, the initial excitement soon faded as tensions rose. The hybrids began to exhibit their own identity, questioning their purpose and loyalties. Some, like Kai, embraced their dual heritage, advocating for coexistence. Others, led by a powerful convener named Rael, felt a deep-seated anger towards humans whom they viewed as flawed and destructive. The conflict escalated when Rael and his followers launched a campaign to assert their dominance. Believing that only through strength could they secure a future for their kind, they employed advanced technology to subdue human resistance, while Dr. Chen struggled to mediate between the factions. As the clashes grew more violent, the world watched in horror. Cities that had once been symbols of hope now lay in ruins, caught between the warring factions. Dr. Chen realized that the key to peace lay not in battling for supremacy, but in understanding. She initiated a summit between the Convergence and humans, proposing a shared vision for the future. On a desolate plain, with the remnants of a city crumbling in the background, the two sides gathered. Dr. Chun stood before them, her heart racing. "We are at a crossroads," she began. "Let us not fight for our survival, but work together to thrive. We can learn from each other, blending our strengths to create a better world." Kai stepped forward, advocating for unity, while Rael, fueled by anger, challenged the notion. But as the debate raged, a sudden tremor shook the ground, and a massive storm brewed on the horizon. Nature's fury unleashed once more. In that moment, both sides realized the true enemy was not each other, but the deteriorating planet they all called home. The storm served as a wake-up call, forcing them to confront the reality of their shared existence. Together, they forged a fragile alliance. The Convergence used their advanced technology to assist in rebuilding the ravaged Earth, while humans shared their deep-rooted understanding of survival. Over time, trust began to blossom, and the line between the two species blurred. The story of the Convergence became a tale of hope, a testament to the power of unity in the face of adversity. As Alara looked out over the new world they were building together, she knew that their future was no longer defined by conflict, but by collaboration, a true convergence of species. Sure, here's a continuation of Convergence, expanding the story into a new chapter to provide a more satisfying conclusion. Chapter 2. The dawn of Unity months passed after the summit that had sparked a fragile alliance. The collaboration between humans and Convergence began to yield remarkable results. Cities were slowly being rebuilt, lush greenery sprouted where barren land had once reigned, and a new era of hope began to blossom. Dr. Alara Chun found herself at the forefront of this transformation, tirelessly working to mend the rift between species. However, not everyone embraced the change. Rael, still embittered by the perceived subjugation of the Convergence, gathered a group of dissenters. They believed that the alliance was a cover for humanity to maintain control and that Convergence should rise up and claim their rightful place at the top of the hierarchy. Rael's faction operated in secrecy, sabotaging reconstruction efforts and spreading propaganda that fueled distrust between the two groups. Dr. Chen, sensing the growing divide, organized community gatherings where Convergence and humans could share stories, skills, and dreams for the future. She believed that understanding was the key to overcoming fear. One evening, at a gathering in the heart of New Haven, the atmosphere buzzed with anticipation. Humans and Convergence mingled, sharing food and laughing together. Alara stood on a raised platform, her voice steady and passionate. "Tonight, we celebrate our achievements. Together, we are stronger. Together, we can heal our planet and forge a new legacy," she declared, her eyes scanning the crowd. But in the shadows, Rael watched with a steely gaze, plotting his next move. As night fell, a sudden power outage plunged the gathering into darkness. Panic erupted, but Alara quickly calmed the crowd. "Stay together. We'll light the way," she shouted, her voice cutting through the chaos. In the midst of the confusion, Rael seized the moment. His followers launched an attack on the gathering, believing that chaos would ignite a rebellion among the Convergents. They unleashed a barrage of energy blasts aimed at the human leaders, causing chaos and fear to ripple through the crowd. Alara, seeing the danger, quickly activated a containment shield that she and Kai had developed together. The shimmering barrier absorbed the energy blasts, protecting the attendees. "We cannot let this divide us," she shouted, rallying her allies. "We must stand as one." Kai, who had become a bridge between the two worlds, stepped forward to confront Rael. "This isn't the way, Rael. We're not enemies. You're only creating more pain," he implored. "You don't understand." Rael shouted back, his voice laced with anger. "We're superior. We should rule, not serve. Humanity will never accept us as equals." The tension reached a boiling point as both sides prepared for conflict. But in that moment of impending violence, something extraordinary happened. The ground trembled, and a blinding light enveloped the area. From the energy emerged a vision, a shared memory of both humans and Convergence, witnessing the devastation of Earth, the suffering of their people, and the beauty of collaboration. The vision showed them a future where both species thrive together, not as conquerors or subservients, but as partners. It was a glimpse into what could be achieved through unity rather than division. As the vision faded, silence fell over the crowd. Alara stepped forward, tears in her eyes. "This is our reality. We are stronger together, not apart. We can build a world where Convergence and humans coexist, where we learn from each other's strengths." Rael, visibly shaken, looked around at the faces of his fellow Convergents. For the first time, he saw not just humans but potential allies. "What if we could create a new society?" he whispered, the rage in his voice subsiding. "What if we could be equals?" The atmosphere shifted and the crowd began to murmur. Kai approached Rael, extending a hand. "Join us, Rael. Together, we can create a future where both our peoples can thrive." After a long moment of hesitation, Rael took Kai's hand, and the crowd erupted in applause. The tension that had once divided them transformed into a newfound determination to work together. In the ensuing months, the alliance solidified. Rael became an advocate for unity, using his platform to foster understanding and collaboration. Alara and Kai led initiatives to merge technologies and cultures, ensuring that the mistakes of the past would not define their future. As the first anniversary of the alliance approached, a grand celebration was planned. The citizens of New Haven gathered in what had once been a desolate wasteland, now blooming with greenery and life. The atmosphere was electric with hope and excitement. Alara stood before the crowd, flanked by Kai and Rael. Today, we celebrate not just our survival, but our unity. Together, we have forged a new path, one that honors our differences and embraces our shared destiny. With cheers echoing in the air, fireworks lit up the sky, illuminating the faces of humans and Convergence alike. At that moment, they were not just two species. They were one community, bound by a shared purpose and a hopeful vision for the future. As the stars twinkled above, Alara felt a profound sense of fulfillment. They had not only survived, but had thrived together, creating a legacy of peace and collaboration that would echo through generations to come.